Hello everybody, today we're going to show you how to kind of update the Stranger Things house. I'm going to show you a couple minifigure builds, a couple just things like small small edits to the house that makes it more accurate. And yeah, and once you add these stuff, it makes all the stuff, all of it just really even more high quality set. So let's get right into the minifigures. So here's the first minifigure. Here you have Nancy. Nancy is just a very easy minifigure build. Let me just take her apart just to show you her different pieces. So her legs are just regular sand blue legs, and then her torso is this nice creator torso. It's from like some kind of boat set from a couple years back. But it's probably off shelf, so you might have to look through eBay for that. But another good torso for this is Star-Lord's torso. So that'd be a good torso for this. This is Rey's face, the new from the new Duel on Starkiller base set. So just come on, I'm trying to put that on without her falling over again. There it is. Then you got the regular ponytail piece. Just gotta slip that on. And that happens. Yeah. And then I just used a regular Star Wars gun for her. I wish I had something better, but I don't. So now let's move on to Steve. Here is our second minifigure. He is a very nice figure with let me take his pieces apart so you can see what he is. I like how I built him. Just again, you got some regular sand blue legs, and then you got this torso from Michael Knight. This is a hard torso to get, so I would get like so I mean, like, you could use a different torso, but that's what I used. You got Kylo Ren's face, because I like the scarred up face there, because he looks kind of scarred, because he's usually scarred up in the series. And then you got the hairpiece from the Red Brick Boy. It's the brown version, dark brown version of that. And then you got this little four-long rod, I think this is. And then, I have a way of testing if this is a four-long rod or if this is a four-long rod. So yeah, and you got this little plant piece right there that just goes like that. And then you got this little spiked bat. It's not, I mean, like, they've created a spiked bat piece, but I didn't have that in my collection, so I couldn't use that. So then you got Steve with his scarred up face, and where you can make him look kind of angry right there. And yeah, so maybe he's angry at Nancy. So now let's move on to Jonathan. So let's start and do Jonathan next before we do 11. So Jonathan has this dark blue torso. You can do just a plain dark blue torso, which you can use the eraser method on, which is basically just taking a pencil eraser to it. Yeah, it erases the printing on it. I don't think we've ever gotten a plain dark blue one. Or you can get the Harry Potter torso from the Night Bus set, but I didn't want to get that set, so yeah. And then you got these sand blue kind of legs. Yeah, and you got this face. It's kind of common face. Yeah, you got the Larry Barista hair. Yeah, you could really use a lot of different hairs though. So yeah, then you got his camera, which came in the set. So yeah, here you got his camera which came in the set. So yeah, now you can have Jonathan walk around the house too. So now let's move on to 11. So here we have 11. Now 11 is just a slight inaccurate. She's wearing her wig, which I'm sure we all wanted her regular appearance. Am I right? But if you like her wigged appearance, you can just like, maybe you like wigs for some reason. But if you liked her wigged appearance, you can take off her. You could just keep on a wig. But an alternate hairpiece for her her baldness is this little standard male hairpiece. Just stack that on there, and it looks a lot better. And then you got 11 just like dream, and then or just it's really easy to store the hairpiece inside the attic. And then you got this little and then this is how you make dart. It's just a nougat 1x1. That's a creature from the second season. Got this little 1x2 plate, little cheese loaf pointing front right there, like that. And then you got a curvy downward slope right there, so you can just see. And then I added a little 1x2 tile representing a Eggo box right there. So yeah, then you can kind of have her wig off, and yeah, that's pretty easy to just take off. So now let's look at the first house. So in order to edit the living room, also you gotta take off the walls, because yeah, it's easy to edit and put the walls back though, so it won't be too much of a hickory dickory. And then you got the hairpiece can go on a cone and a stud, and then you can just easily just place it on in the middle of these studs. So just gonna try to, there's the position. And then you got the hairpiece right there, just so you can take that off and maybe display her with the wig on sometimes. And then this piece has the little window in there, yeah. So you gotta take off everything here. So then you gotta get your little column right here too. So it's gonna go like that. And then you got your wall here. You're stuck here, of course. So yeah, you're at this step right here. Which taking off these walls can make it tedious to get back, but it can eventually get back once you're done. So the best way to do this is then just putting back on your tiles. Being kind of, you want to take a 1x4, so any kind of 1x4 would work, just any color would work. I'm just gonna take this brown one that I have right here. I have a bag of pieces right here. So yeah. Sorry to edit the floor on the other room that we're gonna do, but yeah, it can be pretty easy once you get the hang of it. So then you want to build that, but keep that past there. Make this, which is just basically a 2x6 with 4 1x1s on the bottom, and this little pattern that you had here. Then make these little couch arms. Really, you can make any kind of couch arms, really. This is just to shorten up the couch, so you can like have it be easier to make. So then, once you want to do that, you do that. And you actually take off these 1x4s. I'm trying to figure out how I did this. Really? Right, so it wasn't that. So it wasn't like that, actually. It's more like something else. It's probably more like something like this, and then let me see if I have that piece in here. Oh, there it is. There's a piece that I can use for that. So instead of doing those 1x1s that I did, take off the get some 1x1 tiles, some 1x1 curved tiles. Right there. That's our couch right there. trying to take this couch off because I put it in the wrong place. So there's my wrench. There's my wrench. Sorry if this makes you kind of mad that you have to take off a lot of things in order to make this set better. But I was kind of thinking that we didn't have to take off a lot of things. But then that was when I figured out something was up with the idea. Yeah. Anywho, then once you're done, you'll finally be at this stage of finally getting the... Sorry, I'm going to take off my sweatshirt. Yeah, take off my sweatshirt because it's very hot in my room. But, very easily just done. You can very easily put it back once you're kind of finished with the couch, and then you just gotta put... So then you got these little, small little 1x4. Wait, there, come on. There you go. You got this little, now you got your little couch right there. Nothing really else to put back there. So yeah, that's not really done for that. So then you gotta put back everything. So, in fact, in order to put this back, you gotta put back the little letter sticker print right there first. And then you gotta match up the pattern here. So like, make sure the patterns are right. You are finished with this. So then the best thing to do is push it down. So then you got this smaller couch here. And then the best thing to do now is to kind of resituate everything. So resituate everything before it starts getting too hard to resituate. So yeah, that is your little set right there now. So now you gotta do some more stuff here, there, here and there. So in order to figure out how to do some stuff, the best way to figure this out is now is to just start off with your. So then next you gotta figure out what you're doing. So what you do next is you get your corner tiles back here, which are sand green, of course, like that, and that is how you do that. And then best way to do this is to use your it's either use 1x1 plate to use this just a 1x1 plate right in the middle there. Come on, it's harder to it's really hard once you get the tiles down, but eventually. Come on. I know this is already 8:07, but this takes a while once you get everything kind of situated. Come on, thing, come on. Another piece you could use here is just a 2x2 round, but I forgot another one of those. So. My mom's house. So okay, okay, finally got it. So then replace the tiles that you accidentally might have moved out. Then you gotta put your little table there. So yeah. So in order to make your table, just kind of add in your little spots right there. These little tables right there. Just like that. and then like that. Put back this, and then you got your little table right there. In order to figure this out, and then since we are gonna edit the the room next to it, not the bedroom, but the other room, the kitchen. That's the room. And then, since we're gonna edit that room, might as well just start in on that. So take the chair off, and then get in as close as you can for the green chair, just so you have enough room just to put everything in. So the first thing, so then after that, you're gonna have to get in your bear trap. So that's gonna be a little bit closer to the door, but it's fine, really. Think about it. And the house isn't looking too bad here, so yeah. So sure, it's in a little bit worse condition than you'd like it to be, but I think it's not that bad, actually. I think it's an easy fix, as how many times I had to fix it when I went to the when I did the column right there. So yeah. So then everything is really easy once you get that in. So kind of just take out. It's kind of just the best thing to do now is just to get everything resituated. So kind of just put in this column back. Just push down everything, which is really easy once you already have everything taken in. So see, that one was really easy. I was just loosely disconnected. So now gotta disconnect. Gotta reconfigure the floors of this room. So in order to do that, just gonna take this 1x6 off. It's fairly easy to do some stuff like this. It's hard to get your small fingers in there sometimes, but once you, but you'll eventually get it once you just. Another good technique is sometimes just to loosen up a tiny bit, so you can like just kind of get your hands in there, and and then it comes off a little bit easier, and then you can just kind of edge it off with your fingers. Of course, I'm doing this with a wrench, so this might be easier to do with a different thing, of course, but a brick separator, of course. But yeah, so then you take off sorry, that column fell off. So don't take off the column, or put back the column on if you accidentally did that, like me. Then you take a 1x4, 2x4 right here, very easily replaceable right there. Just so we don't have that turntable in there, so you don't need to because you don't really need that turntable after you do that. So then these two, and then you gotta replace everything. Put that back, yeah, everything, and then you gotta put some cupboards on there. Which yeah, you can see how the cupboards work. You see in there, you got some dark tan tops to it. And you also have the little, you got some little food, some different types of food on there, knife there, yeah, and you can see that's 6 bricks, 6 plates tall, you got 5 plates of white, and then 1 tile worth of dark tan, and over here you got this little thing that's, I think that's almost 5 high with it. So it's 4 high in brown, and 4 plates high in brown, and I got a nougat 2x2 jumper with and then a little nougat thing to put a hot dog on. Then you got this little bar stool, which is just a 2x2 round brick with a 1x1 and 1x2 jumpers. Then you got some this little piece right here, which is the fridge. So yeah. So the fridge is basically, so that has the Barbara Hall and Mrs. poster on it. So if you can take it off for this house if you want to. So then once you get that on there, you got you kind of see all, and then there's the coffee cup up there, and yeah, there's some white bricks up there, some little bricks, 1x1 bricks, 1x2. You can see it is, it's, how many plates high is that? That's about, how many bricks are that? That's about 10 plus, that's 4 bricks high, my bad. Sorry. And then you got the oven, which has a snot brick in there, and then it has some like black, little 2x2 jump, has a little black 2x2 jumper and a black 2x2 round tile with a little piece of salmon there, or some kind of meat, cause yeah. And then you got the little oven knobs on there, and then you got which are connected with studs, and they are still high, 5 high. So make the make the base of it which is white 4 high, and then make the oven tops be the 5th level to it. Now, yeah, now that's basically it for the regular house. Now let's move on to the upside down house. So yeah. So here's the car. So this is how we're gonna change up the car. Nothing really changed up, except I'm gonna show you some tips on this. So you can put the bike on there very easily by just sticking in the kickstand between studs, these 2 little studs right there. You just easily stick it in there, and then it just fits in like a puzzle piece. Now, now I don't know if this will damage your little bike here, but I don't think it will. So I think you got a little bike holder here, and then I think this is also a good phone holder. So if you put your phone up there, I think that's a really good phone prop up thing to prop up your phone. So it's really nice. Got here, and it's just and I think it's a cool phone propper. With that, like, come on, you're having an 80s police car as your phone propper, like, really? But yeah. So now you don't have to buy a pop socket. So I just saved you there. I just saved you a couple bucks there. So yeah. So now on to actually that's gonna be it for that. So now let's go to the outro. So now we are back at my mom's house, so we can go edit the upside down house. So here is the upside down house. So really what you want to start doing is basically just pulling off what you did in the regular house. So you gotta pull off all the tiles here, the plates here. Yeah, you make sure you grab a brick separator, because you see, it's not very easy to pull off these pieces without a brick separator, so... Yeah, and a good thing to do, I didn't do this, of course, because I thought the house was going to be a little bit sturdy enough, but if you're a little bit scared of your house breaking a little bit, I would get a small little book or something to put it on top of, like, or some kind of box. Like, what I used while I was building the set is a little graphic novel book. Those really are big books that you can set Lego sets on, so those books really kind of help you out with it. And if the trees fall off, they're not that hard of a fix if they fall off. And yeah, and if I were you, these changes are very if you keep breaking your house just because you want to get these changes on when they're flipped, I recommend like trying to get the 2 houses apart as much as you can. And this was best. These changes to the house is best if you get easiest to do if you get. So then you're gonna put the corner tiles back on like you did. Except I gotta take out the couches and stuff too, so let me just kind of get my brick separator back. There we go. So then you're gonna kind of get the roof off, so do what you did last time, get the roof off. Trying to figure this out. Okay. Nope. Alright, do not want that to happen. Just gonna loose. It's a little bit, it might be a little bit harder on the upside down side for some reason. Because it's gray on gray, and two colors together really don't mix good. The same colors at least. It's hard to freaking get this thing going, but once you kind of loosen one up, it's not that hard to loosen up the other one. Now you gotta try not to have it come off in pieces, because as you saw in the regular house, that is the death of the house when that happens. Alright. Wow, that was a great thing to see. It come off in pieces. Yeah, that was a great thing. Alright. Alright, so then reattach anything that fell off, really. Just you gotta reattach anything that kind of fell off. Like, in my opinion, this 4x6 didn't come off the roof. So it's gonna go like that. If the trees do fall off, remember your house is gonna be separated. So if the trees do fall off, it's best to have your trees separated. But if your trees do fall off, you easily can just reattach them later. So yeah, yeah. So then, once you're done with that, gotta try to get everything kind of situated. Make sure you take off the roof in the front too. So yeah, and I'm already kind of showing. Since I have the time right now, I'll show you a trick to do. So you'll see. So if I flip the house around, you'll see I have on one of them. You'll see. Hold on, let me just reconnect some stuff first. If you look at here, and if you look in the front, I have on one of them a 1x2. Every single post in this upside down house, you can't do this on the regular house because the big plates don't have, the big bricks don't have holes on them. But if you can do it on 4 of the 8. Yes, I am right by my Lego bricks, and I'm trying to find another 1x2 so I can show this full effect. But So what it basically is that you see this 1x2 is up here. So on 4 of these, you can, as you see, there's a hole there. See, there's a little knob there. Yeah, if you know basic Lego pieces, you can basically just center those 1x2s. And yeah, and I'll eventually find, so you can't do it on this one though because there's no hole, sadly. But that makes it more stable, which I did hear a lot of people were complaining about that. So once I find another 1x2, I'll finish fixing that up. But that's a good trick on the upside down house that you can do. But sadly, you can't do that on the regular house. I mean, you could switch it out with bricks with hole. But that would be way too complicated because we don't really know what bricks have the greatest for that. So then, like I did, you kind of want to loosen up the walls. And I said loosen, but why not take the whole wall off? Am I right, guys? Try not to do that, maybe. All right, but when you do it, try not to do that. But when I did that because I'm a trained professional at these walls. Literally, I am actually a trained professional at pulling off the walls. I actually had to spend many hours on this part, on trying to redo everything. So yeah, I had to spend many hours. So on this thing, so it wasn't that hard. It was actually pretty hard to get everything resituated, to be honest. So what you want to do is basically, you want to get to this state, you want to make it be that state, then you want to try to taking off the Christmas lights are the best thing to do for this one, yeah. And then let me come back with the pieces that you'll need in order to put back this on. kind of re-edit the back, I guess. So now I pretty much have all the pieces that I will need for this little couch dizzle dobble. Yeah, that's definitely the name for it. Actually, that's not the name for it, but you get the idea. So first, what you'll need is basically you'll need the contraption, the 1x4 on the two tan brackets with a 2x4 tan black tile. Those both are on black actually. Then you can start making your couch. So, an easy way to make the couch is just to get your 2x6. To get this 2x6, you'll have to take apart all the excess that is on top of the table, which I like to take it from the table because it's the easiest way to get one. Then, get your 2 plates like this from there, yeah. Then you gotta do some black 1x2 bricks, which let me come back and get next those. You should be at this state. You got 2 bricks on the sides. Now what I like to use is these buckle tiles. Just put one there and one there. I like the curve to them and I like the texture to them, but you can use regular 1x2 tiles if you want to. But after you're done, you take your little couch piece right in there, and then you gotta reattach everything basically. You can reattach everything now, so everything is kind of just in the state where everything needs to be reattached. We're kind of in that state right now. So then, once we get everything reattached, make sure you put it one away from the little place there, just so you have enough space to re-put everything inside. And it's basically getting it back in order. The wall back into there is basically just a couple of trial and error little things right there. You gotta just see what works. So really, I like to I figure out what one thing works, and it doesn't work, I gotta keep trying to not. I keep trying and trying. So once I figure out that one thing does not work, I gotta keep on going with another thing. So then So really, what it comes down to is you gotta take off the 1x2 tile, 1x2 bricks down there. That's a good one, easy way to do it. And then once you get your 1x2 bricks back in there, or my 1x1s, which might take a little bit longer if you have 1x1s because they're kind of a little bit harder to get back on, since they're very easily breakable. 1x1s are very easily they very easily break off when they're only connected with a 1x2 tile. Once you're done with that, you gotta reconnect your 1x6 if you took it off, which I think you would, because it's easier to get the couch in if you do. So yeah, just reconnect that sucker on. Then you reconnect your door. So then just gotta puzzle piece it in there, and then yeah, that just kind of is done. So now, yeah, just make. Now I just realized that I did do something wrong. So let me just scooch this couch in one more up. So because that's basically what I got wrong. So let me just scooch it up one. So next you should be at this section right here where the black couch is kind of just situated in there. So since you now have that situated, you then will have to have some black 2x4 plates, which I did not grab. So yeah, but first, what you want to do in order to get in order to kind of situate the table, yeah. So make sure you resituate all the walls first. We do that. So then once you do, so then you want to put the corner tiles down, which make sure these are round corner tiles that you put down. Where did my fourth one go? There's my fourth one. So then, once you put your fourth one down, put your 1x1 round in the middle. Just like, come on thing. Or an easier way to do that is just to put it on the bottom of the build. So now let me get my pieces to get everything kind of resituated for the table. You have to get so basically this is all the pieces that you'll need. The some black 2x4s, some black studs, and a 2x2 tie, a 2x2 tie with the Bill Byers sticker on it. So then you got you're gonna put the two. A 1x1 stud, two plate high towers in between, and then you're gonna put that center that 2x4 plate, put that there, and then remember how I said to put the stud on the bottom. Put one stud on the bottom, and then that you can really do do it with a round plate too. But I was a little bit lazy, so I did it with just one 1x1 plate. So you just stick that right in the middle there. It takes a little bit just to situate it there, but yeah, now you got a little table there. Make sure it's centered and all. And now we will move into more of the kitchen. So take this 1x1 smoke tile off. I like to call them smoke tiles, yeah. And then take this post out. It's very easy. You just gotta like get everything kind of, yeah. This post tile is real. Just taking out sometimes can really like just make everything a lot easier. So then once you're done with that, you want to take this little thing right there, and let me just check a picture on my phone. I'm not at my dad's house, so I'm not entirely sure what my thing is supposed to look like. Oh, okay, so that's supposed to look like that. All right. So then once, so I'm trying to figure out how did I do this. So then you take out the Xmas boxes in the corner. I think I said to do, and there, yeah. Take out the Xmas boxes in the corner. One there, and you put one. Hold on. And then I think I put like. Okay, so if I do that, then did I leave that 1x4 space? Okay, yeah, that one actually, yeah, that's what I did. So then so then you're gonna put your chair there, but don't put it there yet because there's some kind of weird thing that I did. So you take the plant, put it there, kind of right there, because that's the only place that you kind of have to put it. Then you put your kind of like boxes. You see your Xmas box goes there, and then your box with the four corner slopes goes here, because that's kind of what the space you have. I think that's where I put my corner box. So yeah, that just fits in there. Just it just has enough space to fit in there. I'm just trying to figure out how did that get. What was there? Oh, right, that was the Christmas lights, right. Alright, so then I was trying to figure out what was here, but that's the Christmas lights, right. So then what you're going to do is edit the floor. So, like you did in the last little house there. So you got to edit the floor. So take off your tiles and your plates. Take off everything until you get to this little 1x6 deal. So take off everything until you get to here. So you're gonna push down everything too, just so you have enough space just to do everything. And make sure you kind of just, yeah, it's very easy, but like you gotta it's very hard to get everything out, but you'll eventually get everything out. Now I'm gonna cut this out, so I'll cut to where I have everything taken out. So yeah. Now you'll be around here. So then you want to basically have no space, no big kind of space, and you don't want to have those plates in there because it'll look kind of weird. So then you want to basically want to basically get everything kind of resituated. So I just made one mistake. Make sure. Come on, thing. There we go. Finally, make sure you put the 2x2 in the back, because I'm just doing the sand blue pieces in the set because I already have. Because I don't have many sand blue pieces in this, other than the ones in the set. So, yeah, I think I might have enough to do another 1x4 in here. So, because that's what you basically need. So now let me go grab a 2x4 or two 1x4s or any kind of substitute that will go in here so let me go grab those. And I was like, you know what? You're probably gonna be mad how there's you have to get more sand blue pieces. Well, you really don't have to, because you can because these will be covered up. Those two plates will be covered up. So just make sure that's a 2x4 plate, which you can easily get from these dark blue 2x4 plates that you took off from over here. So then, once you get to there, you're really gonna start editing your little floor here. So then, what I'm doing is basically I'm gonna look at a picture that I have in my phone from the regular house. Okay, so I remember. So first, okay, oh, I see what's happening here. So then, but you gotta make sure that this end plate is the 2x4, is the 2x2 in here. So let me just kind of resituate everything here, because you kind of have to get the 2x2 here because there's a fridge there, and it can't be centered. It can't. So I make a fridge there. So yeah, you can't center it. I don't think so. Yeah, just very hard. So I kind of try to pay attention to what colors are. White is translated, what different colors white is translated into. What is translated into what in different places and what. So a way to find out what you want is get your Stranger Things set box, which you want to always keep your Lego boxes just in case you ever need them for things like this. And you see things like this on the outside. You can see the house. They sometimes on the house they sometimes translate white into black. Sometimes they translate into dark gray, and sometimes it's white. It's a regular gray. So it's really hard to figure out what you want your gray to be, your thing to be. Which I will do a light gray for the fridge and a dark gray for the oven. So let me get my fridge pieces, and I'll be right back. So as you can see, I finished up the whole kitchen instead of just doing the whole just one kitchen. And see, if I take off that wall, the oven is dark gray. I put a little branch over it because I think that was an extra piece in the set. I'm not entirely sure about that though, so don't really trust me on that though. Once you're done, I put the drawing here though, like I did in the regular house. I think I got the bar stool right here. It's a little bit shorter than in the regular house, but it's okay. You got the big the cupboards and stuff and all that stuff. Get the knife in the back. Really nothing else to say about the kitchen, but I did you can see I kind of put the chair in the living room, and the blue chair on the living room too. I did it it's basically just putting it in the living room. Yeah, you just put it as close as you can to the thing, to to the yeah, and then you put the plant on the table, and then yeah, so then easily reattach your Christmas lights first. That's the easy way to do things. Which make sure your Christmas lights are all pointing the same way, because you don't want your Christmas lights looking weird. Then I think it goes one here. This clips in here, and if you see, they're not the easiest thing to put in, since things can easily fall out. But you know, if something falls out, just easily fix it. You know. Alright, so then once you're done, fix anything that fell out. So a little bit of my table fell out and my plant fell out. Yeah, then you can reattach your roof here. So what I like to do first is reattach the front roof. So reattach the one with the 4 dark blue slope pieces, Majing, Sings, Lings. Yeah, that's definitely the professional name for it. That's so not the professional name for it. Yeah. And then I think, oh, I see what's wrong with it. Yeah, I put it on a little bit wrong. My bad. You're supposed to put it I put it one too far. Put it one too far, so trying to find the best spot for it. Okay, so then that was the only big issue with it. So just gonna reattach that. Yeah, it's very easy to reattach things if you take off that roof. Now this roof is easy to reattach, but it's not easy to detach, so yeah, it's just gotta push it down. So then, once you're done with that, do whatever you need to do to reattach the trees, and you're basically done. So that's basically going to be it for today's video. That is making the Stranger Things house better. What we did in the end is made the kitchen better and the living room better. So that's basically all you need to do. If you guys really want me to show you how to make the trees 2 separate trees, I will. Put it down in the comments below if you want me to do that, because my situation, I want to keep the models separate because I want to keep one model at my mom's house and one model at my dad's house. Simple, right? Well, if you want me to have if you have a situation similar to that, I am very happy that I'll be very happy to just tell you how to just figure it out. All right, I'll be able to tell you. It's not that hard, just so you know. And no, it's not that hard actually. It's just a matter of getting to of separating the Technobricks in the middle. So now that's gonna be it for this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell for this video, and goodbye.